718 Highway 35 North, Rockport, Texas 78382. And I call this regular Commissioners Court meeting to order. Please join me in the invocation. Stand.
Please join me as I pray. Father, as always, we're thankful for the blessings of this new day and just for the privilege of living in this great county. And Lord, we just pray this morning that you'll fill this room with your presence, that you'll give wisdom and guidance to the commissioners, and you'll give understanding and reasoning to all those in audience. And I think about your word in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21, that said, many are the plans in the mind of men, but is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. And we have a long agenda today to review and vote on. And we know that many of them are the plans of man, but your purpose will be the one that stands for the long term. So we just pray this morning that the decisions made will benefit the citizens of this county and give you the glory. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Right. Roll call.
Commissioner Cheney,
Here.
Commissioner Casterline.
Here.
Commissioner Russo.
Here.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Here.
Judge Garza.
Here. We've got a full court. This time, we'll hear from citizens to be heard. Anybody, just the one? And the one submitted is from Elsie Robbins, and I believe they pulled it and they're not going to talk today. Okay. Any others online? Nope. All right, we'll move on to presentations and proclamations. Item number 1. A presentation update on transportation services from Real Incorporated. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Garza, commissioners. Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. See here. My presentation going to be on the screen.
Colin? Okay. Would you introduce yourself, Pam?
Absolutely. Good morning. Good morning, everyone attending in back of me here. My name is Pamela Hernandez. I am with Real Transportation. For those of you that are not familiar with Real, we have different divisions of our company. You probably more than likely know us for our transportation department. You've probably seen our units up and around in the area. We continue to grow and are really making a name for ourselves here in Aransas, and consider y'all our neighbors. We're here to help. We've established relationships throughout commissioners, elected officials, and county employees, stakeholders, and just the community here in general for Aransas County. Thank you for getting us on the agenda so that way we can go ahead and give you an update on where we are and where we continue to grow throughout the county. So just a little bit about our background. Our main office is located in Alice, which is about an hour and a half from here. We were founded in 1972. Our principal services that I had spoken about, our different divisions, is we have our transportation, we have housing facilities, we have our adult daycare activity health centers, our home health and provider services. We also have our Real South Texas Community Clubhouse, which serves adults with serious mental illnesses. And we have 2 Real food pantries, one in Alice and in Fremont.
In Fremont, is that what you said?
Yes, Alice and in Fremont. So our goals, just a little bit about this. Our goals are to deliver the dignified quality of life for rural communities in South Texas. Our vision, we honor and value the worth and dignity of all people through safe, caring, holistic services. We value our mission. Real is the leading regional rural referral organization providing compassionate, community-driven solutions by serving so that everyone has a fulfilling quality of life. So a little bit about our services, when it comes to transportation, those of you that are familiar with us, we run Monday through Friday. We recently, in September of last year, did our service expansion hours. We used to be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But feedback is very important to us. And so we value our customers' input. And so by doing this, we talk to our riders, we reach out to them, we call them, we do surveys. And one of the things that they had mentioned, if we could make more convenient hours, because our riders use this to get to work, doctor's appointments, dialysis, and so forth. And so they wanted earlier hours or later hours. And so we went from Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5. Now our service hours are Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it is, thank you. We work in very close communication with dialysis centers throughout the coastal bend. And this right here has been so beneficial to riders that maybe can get in and have an earlier chair time or a later chair time. People that are going to work. We've talked to many community members that live outside of Rockport Fulton, and they come into Rockport to work. And they need to get to work before the 8 o'clock hour. This right here has been very beneficial for them. Very beneficial for your community, our community. We feel like we have really grown here in Rockport, and you're about to see the numbers here in just a bit that prove that. Something that we started right before the Christmas holiday, this was like a Christmas gift for all of us. It's this Real Flash. And Real Flash has 2 zones. We have a zone in Alice Rancho Alegre and Rockport Fulton. This right here, what makes the Real Flash different from our demand response is demand response, you would call and make your reservation for your trip at least 24 to 48 hours in advance. Real Flash is the same day service. We are doing this Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This right here gives residents the ability to travel within the zone, make they can get their trip that same day. So if somebody knows that, you know what, my car broke down and I need to get to work, or I need to get to the store, or if I just want to go visit a family member and they're not able to do that on their own, they can go ahead and give us a call and they can get picked up that day. Again, the demand response and the flash services, there is no qualifying. You don't have to go through an eligibility process. This is public transportation for Aransas County residents. We cover 9 counties and we serve Aransas County. We have really seen the numbers grow here. The trip is $2. $2. So not to name drop, but if you've ever used an Uber before, I've never paid $2. You know, and so just to let you know, all our vehicles, all our units are equipped with cameras inside and out, record video and audio. We can go back and we can view footage. Our drivers go through an extensive training background process. It gives you a peace of mind, not only for yourself, but if you have family members, children that are riding on our units. We have real-time GPS as well. We do urban travel. So we do trips to Victoria and to San Antonio. There is a lot of residents here in Rockport that go to medical facilities in Victoria, and we're assisting those residents. And if you know someone, a neighbor or family, thank you, neighbor or family that may need that trip to Victoria, we can assist them, or to San Antonio. So transportation by numbers, this just kind of give you an idea. So like I had mentioned earlier, our main office is in Alice, but we have transportation hubs in Beeville, Falfurrias, Sinton, and Rockport. We, with the help of the county, the sheriff's office, Alma Cartwright at the treasurer's office, before we used to be scattered a little bit. We had our units over there by Sacred Heart, and then we were using the public safety office to keep our keys. And Elma helped us out with our fare box. We were very blessed to find a place over here on Market Street. And so now we have one office and our drivers are able to park their unit, walk inside and have an office for themselves. For us in Alice, we come and we're able to do our marketing, our outreach here in the area. We have an office to go to work on things as well. So we are growing. If you've passed by our office on Market Street next to Rositas, you have probably seen our parking lot is plumb full. We are going to be trying to see if we can find another location because with God's grace, we are expanding and the need is there. And we're getting out there and talking to people and making those connections. And people in Aransas County are learning that they have the amazing resource of public transportation that is available to them. So it's great news. We have 82 vehicles in our fleet and all the vehicles are ADA accessible. We have 36 drivers throughout our transportation department. We have 6 employees in our operations dispatch. We have 13 in our support staff, maintenance, safety, finance, HR, and our mobility management, just to kind of give you an idea of how many people work in our departments. Here are the numbers. So for the first quarter of 2024, we had 19,365 trips. Aransas County was 1,069 of those trips. The first quarter of 2025, look at the increase from 24. We are at, for the first quarter, we're at 24,838. Of those trips, we're at 2,308. The numbers are right there to show you how the need is there for the community, for your constituents. Feedback, like I had mentioned earlier, is very important to us. We communicate with our riders. If something is not going, if they're running late, if there's a complaint, we get on it and we fix it. That is our goal. Just going back to the first slide where we talked about about providing that independent quality of life. We stand by that and we will fix it. And so we continue to have those feedback from our riders. The increase of 28% from the 2024 system-wide ridership and the 116% from the 24 county ridership. So the numbers are right there for you.
Say first quarter 2025, are you talking about since January 1st?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
September. Okay, thank you, that's all.
And for those of you, I am so sorry. I'm here with my director, Martin Ornelas, and he is our transportation director for Real Transportation. He is here with me today. I guess, was that it? I thought
Yeah,
there was one more.
That
That's
was
it?
the final. slide.
Okay.
What I'd like to commend you on, first, you engaged the community for, I believe, about a year. And I know Karen Ernst is here and she participated in some of those stakeholder meetings. I did. Alma, the treasurer, and Sarita, who was with Indigent Health, plus several other people were counseled and allowed to provide input before this flash service was introduced. And we were very excited about it. And there is no income maximum or minimum. Anybody can use this service. And also I want to commend you because I've talked with Mike Gear and you all provided tremendous service after that fire that I think was 2 weeks ago
Yes.
over on 188 to help the folks who lost their homes get to the hotel because they lost everything. And I just want to thank you for your service, your tremendous asset to our community.
Thank you so much. And we're glad to be part of that. As I've told Mike and other individuals that I've met throughout the county, we're like I give him my cell phone and I tell him I'm a phone call away if you need something. And, you know, when Mike called and he said, you know, hey, we got this fire out here at this RV park. And then with the recent weather that we've had with the warming stations, it's like, tell us what we can do to help you. So just know that we appreciate you and we appreciate your assistance that you provided us with the budget. And we want to thank you and we continue to grow. And I thank you for the opportunity to come up here and allow me to give you the update with the numbers, because I think that's real important, because it's, you know, when I see you on the bottom, I could tell you, you know, hey, Judge Garza, we're doing great. But when you see the numbers and when you get the feedback from the writers, that really makes a difference. And I just want to say, you know, working with 9 counties, I just want to commend all of you and your groups here in town, you know, the different committees, the CTRC, Good Sam's, the Methodist Church, all of them, just the communication and the collaboration that they have. Patricia Arnold, I can go on and on. You guys are doing a really great job, and I know you're doing it all for your residents. And I think we're all on the same page when it comes to goals and the vision of working together to providing a better community for the county. And I thank you.
I know many years ago, we were with a different group that had very poor service.
Absolutely.
And when, you know, ever since we switched to y'all, it's just been a steady improvement of the services. And I mean, it was great right off the bat, but, I mean, y'all just seem to get better at it every year. So
Thank you,
y'all.
Commissioner. Thank you. I know myself and I know Martine, we'd
He's been
love to
there
hear
since the
that.
beginning, I think, since we-
Yes.
Well, I was on the board for the previous, group. I got to where I just didn't even like going to meetings because they just didn't care about riders. What they cared about, they wanted new equipment and they wanted new facilities, but they took no complaints. They took admiration comments, which were very few. And so whenever you guys came in, I was very skeptical. I just I wasn't even interested in being on that board anymore. But y'all have just done an amazing job, and I love your logo. I mean, that's really, you know, when the other group, you know, you might show up in an old pickup, you know, but y'all have done a really good job. I mean, you have expanded and you've done well, and you've really looked to the citizens in the individual communities to see what their needs were, not what the group's needs are. And I really appreciate that. I really do. I'm amazed.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you.
Yes, come on up.
Two quick things. Thank you so much for that. And I think it's really important to have a healthy dose of skepticism,
Mhm.
because we're here to serve. And we're very clear, if we make a mistake, we will work at improving it, because the numbers you see are numbers, but it really is about people. People must rely on us as a public service to get them to their doctor's appointment or whatever appointment on time, every single time. And we take great pride in doing that because it is about people. I also want to commend this court, working with 9 different counties. Not all the counties' leadership is as interested in integrating public transit as a core function of partnership with the county. As Pam has mentioned, we went from having services fragmented to having what we thought was a good, solid foundation to grow from, and we can no longer fit in that facility. So we're here also looking towards the future, and we will continue looking for the leadership of this court, because we do know that transportation plays a core function in everything that is about community interest and community benefits. So we take our leadership and our role actively, and we look forward to your continued leadership to do so. But we're here in the community, and I look forward for the future where we have a more robust, permanent location where you can come in and meet us and be part of us again in an active way. Thank you.
If your ridership continues to increase like this, we're gonna have to have like 100 acres just to park the buses and stuff. That's awesome. That's incredible.
We could do with about 5 acres. We'll do okay with, we'll take with one, but we could do with 5. And absolutely, it is growing.
Amazing.
I think that the role of technology, we're beginning to integrate that a little bit more. We're waiting for an app where it really is about controlling everything for those that are friendly, but also for those that may be listening, don't forget, you could always call 361-668-3158. And we'll be there to assist you in a possible way that we can, as well as all other county services. We're here for the long haul. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll move on to item number 2. Proclamation P-01-2025, and it's to recognize Black History Month.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
This is recognizing Black History Month in Aransas County. Whereas this county was established, this country, excuse me, was established on a simple idea that all people are created equal and should be treated equally. And whereas the struggles and challenges faced by Black Americans include seeking freedom, equal treatment, the right to vote, equal opportunity in education, housing, and employment, and so much more. And whereas Black History Month became federally recognized in 1976, when President Gerald Ford recognized the too often neglected accomplishment of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history in a bicentennial speech. And whereas during National Black History Month, we celebrate the legacy of Black Americans whose power to lead, to overcome, and to expand the meaning and practice of American democracy has helped our nation become a more fair and just society. And whereas Black History Month affords a special opportunity for all of us to become more knowledgeable about Black heritage and history and to honor the many Black leaders who have contributed to the progress of our nation. And whereas knowledge can strengthen the insight of all citizens related to the issues of human rights and equal rights, as well as an understanding of the continuing struggle against racial discrimination. Now, therefore, we, the Commissioners Court of Aransas County, do hereby proclaim February as Black History Month in Aransas County. The Commissioners Court urges all residents to come together in making February a time to acknowledge and rededicate themselves to the principle of justice and equality for all. Thank you.
Do we vote on this? Was this a motion? I didn't do a motion. Proclamations don't get voted on. Well, for a symbolic vote, let's do a symbolic.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castellane,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick, Judge Garza.
Aye, passes. All right, item number 3.
I move to approve the consent agenda, items
Second.
3 and 4.
Items 3 and 4, thank you.
Second.
Got a motion and a second for the consent agenda.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castellane,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes. Item number 5.
I move to approve resolution R-03-2025 for the Texas Commission on the Arts.
I'll second that.
Sure. You're gonna read it?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna read this?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a resolution. Tracy, you want to read it? Oh, we don't read it? Okay, okay. Oh, okay.
Everywhere?
Yes, yes.
Great. For this conversation, I'm taking off my Rockford Center for the Arts Executive Director's hat, and I'm putting on my Texans for the Arts Advocacy hat on. In the 2023-24 biennium, Texas Commission on the Arts awarded 15 million in grants and designated 2 new cultural districts. Thanks to Texans for the Arts, this is a substantial rise in funding awarded in the prior biennium, which was $11.6 million, a 30% increase. The Texas Commission on the Arts has awarded over 15 million through more than 900 grants to nonprofits and government agencies in 110 Texas towns. Additionally, the organization has designated 2 new cultural districts, as I already said. The grants are distributed through 4 programs: the Arts Create program, the Cultural District Project program, the first 2 funding rounds of the Arts Respond Project program, and the quarterly Arts Respond Performance Support program.
Because of its because of the state of its state of the arts facilities, tourism events, and progressive programming, Rockport Center for the Arts is the only local arts nonprofit able to take advantage of funding in all TCA funding streams to better channel tourism to our county. In 2024, TCA made 8 awards in Aransas County, totaling $113,300. Of these, Rockport Center for the Arts received 7 of those 8 awards, totaling $75,500, or 67%. These funds allow us to bring high-quality performing art acts from different parts of the state of Texas, quality exhibitions, which we promote using the funds that Aransas County and the city of Rockport give us for marketing reasons. The Arts Create grants provide year-round operational support to organizations with budgets over $50,000. For the 2024 fiscal year, 449 Arts Create grants have been awarded to organizations in 88 cities, totaling more than 4.5 million. RCA was the only local recipient of that, and we highly consider that like the gold standard or the seal of approval from the state of Texas as regards quality programming. Additionally, Texas Commission on the Arts has approved the designation of 2 districts, cultural districts, Garland's Bankhead Cultural Arts District and the Granbury Cultural District. Last fall, I had the distinct honor of being invited to Granbury to assist city leaders, including Mayor Jim Jarrett, and arts leaders in conducting a strategic planning session to enhance their cultural district offerings by assessing their arts and cultural assets. Just like our community, Granbury understands that in order to draw more tourism and economic development to their small community, they need modern state-of-the-art facilities, and they're moving strongly in that direction. As Texans for the Arts Treasurer of the Board of Directors, I will continue my advocacy work to provide more public funding for the arts even after my tenure here in Rockport is concluded. As we head into the budget part of the 89th legislative session, I will be at the State Capitol for Arts Advocacy Day on February the 5th to train other arts leaders and to meet with our state representatives and senator to present the county's resolution, and we're also receiving one from the city of Rockport. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Rockport Center for the Arts and Texans for the Arts, thank you for this resolution, and thank you for supporting the Rockport Center for the Arts with marketing funding.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick, Judge Garza.
Aye, passes. Item number 6.
I move to approve the Rockport Center for the Arts report for the 4th quarter, 2024.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
Oh, good morning again. I'm going to introduce Karen Ernst, our Deputy Director, who from this point forward will be preparing and also delivering the reports to the county. Karen?
Thank you, Luis. Good morning.
Morning,
Judge,
Karen.
Commissioners, thank you for having us here. In the interest of time, I'd like to move rather quickly through the front part of this report, which is largely visuals that support the myriad of programming we do in multidisciplinary arts programming. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to flip through these. This is a image from one of our fall exhibits, our resident arts program. This is just a screen grab of 4 of the exhibits in the fall, as well as the first one that begins the year. Another advertising piece for the resident artist program. We have a program coming up in February that is new. Luis has brought to us this visual presentation concept. Different artists will be presenting slideshows. There's no talking, just visuals.
What does that mean? What's the word?
Pechakucha, Luis, would you like to?
It means chit chat in Japanese.
Okay.
So that's a new program. This is our music series and our workshop page. Those concerts actually will happen here in the new year. These were all presented at our sellout show November 15th. We hosted the Malpass Brothers. We sold out all 240 seats in the Performance Center, and we launched a season ticket
And that has done very well. We saw concert tickets go from about 100 on average per concert to 240 during the course of 2024. Our first concert in January, we had 187 ticket sales. So ticket sales are doing very well. The community is really responding positively to the music series. And then some of our advanced workshop highlights. Youth programming statistics. The film festival happened in the fall. That was the 18th annual film festival. The opening film was a feature on Kent Olberg that was very well received. And we also hosted Diane Malouf Jewelry Show. More film festival. Our culinary series, one of our chefs that he led the January 12th, he's actually a contestant on The Great American Recipe. That's the end of that. Okay. So here's where we get into the data. Catch up mine. I know that's small to see. Is there a way to zoom that in, Colin? Okay. At the top, you can see the total statistics for the quarter. October, total attendance was 3,168 persons. November, 2,315. December, 2,184, giving us total attendance of 7,667 persons. This is visitor traffic to the Art Center. When people come in the front door, they are recorded, their zip code, their number and party, and the number of nights they're staying. At the very bottom, you see a different figure, 9,699. That includes the programming activity, that number above, plus special events, the Rockport Conference Center, as well as staff and volunteers. So the global impact for the quarter was 9,699 persons. For the tourism, the second block down highlights tourism outside of 75 miles. In October, that comprised 37% of our visitor traffic. November was 42% of our visitor traffic. We had more special events during November. And in December, that was 36% of our visitor traffic. In the third block, you can see a breakdown of major metro participation. During October, Houston, which is highlighted in green, was our largest represented major metro area at 6%. November, that was San Antonio at 8%. And in Austin, it was 5%. So you can see our major metro influence does jump around between San Antonio, Houston, and Austin. The total major metro comprised 13% of that tourism traffic during October, 19% during November, and 15% during December. The fourth block down highlights tourism outside of Texas, 5% during October, 10% during November, 11% during December, and rural tourism beyond 75 miles that didn't fit with a major metro was 20% in October, 14% in November, and 11% in December. And then there's a restatement of the total greater than 75-mile impact. The remaining traffic was local, largely Rockport, Fulton. Okay, if you'll turn the page, we have maps. Sometimes the picture is worth more than the words. You can see the United States map almost entirely represented in traffic to the Art Center, just a few states in the East Coast that did not represent, as well as Alaska. In Texas, you can see a greater distribution of the state. Maybe we're getting about halfway to coloring the state in, visitor traffic from all over. And then the bottom graph is the international. We have Canada, we have some Central America, and then some visitor traffic from Europe. Next page is specifically on the film festival. We had a total of 543 persons attend the film festival. For tourism greater than 75 miles, Friday was 16%, Saturday was 16%, and Sunday was 13%. Largely was more of an impact on the local market than the tourism market for film festival this year.
For the major metro, which is something we study closely as we place advertising dollars, Austin was the highest attended on Friday. There was a tie between Austin and Houston on Saturday, and then Austin again on Sunday. Austin seems to have a little bit more interest in cinema as an art form. And then there's maps at the bottom. You can see the distribution visually. Next page is a highlight of our e-commerce data. This is our online sales. We had during the quarter 586 unique transactions with a total value of $47,508. You can see the states where those purchases were coming from. The next page highlights how those dollars are being spent online, the distribution, adult education, membership, special events are the top categories for online purchases. The next page is data from our website insights. During the quarter, we had 35,032 visits to our website, largely from the United States. There is a gradient there. It doesn't come across very well in the printout. I apologize. At the bottom, you can see the up and down, the daily traffic over the course of the quarter. Our largest visitation day was October 20th with 2,779 website visits that day. The next page is some of our social media demographic data. The top chart is looking at women and men. Our largest consumer online is women, 82.6%, and men, 17.4%. Rockport is our largest city, followed closely by Corpus and third by San Antonio. At the bottom, you can see there were 408,000 views of social media, and our reach has increased 59% to reach 184,000. The next page outlines the expenditures for the quarter. During the fourth quarter, $13,496.91 was expended on advertising. That was completing our annual year funding. If you look at the bottom, our annual request was for $40,000. We received $36,914.15, and we expended $36,914.57. So all of the monies were expended. The final page is just an annual impact viewpoint. We have summarized the prior reports along with the new data. You can see during the first quarter is our largest quarter, 28,434 heads and beds. Second quarter, 5,850 heads and beds. Third quarter was our second largest, 7,081 heads and beds. Fourth quarter, 2,264, giving us an annual impact of 43,629 heads and beds. And that concludes the report.
They at the film festival, they had mentioned that the Kent Holmberg film, they were going to be trying to market it to different TV and other things. Have they had any success with that?
Yeah, we were the first viewing of it. It viewed about 2 weeks ago in Corpus Christi. So they viewed it with us. Our audience gave feedback and the filmmakers went back and made edits. Then they did another screening at the Art Museum of South Texas. They will continue to do that process. I don't know, Luis, you may know a little more insight to Matthew and Denise's intentions.
It's hard to believe that somebody could do that much stuff in one lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were associate producer level underwriters of the film, and we're helping the filmmakers and the production company called Griffin Company market the film, as well as seek more funding from foundations and from private donors. We secured at that screening at the Art Museum $10,000 from a Rockport donor whose family foundation is invested in the film. They're trying to get to $50,000. Just on Friday, I connected Griffin and Company to two additional foundations, one of which has already expressed interest in funding them so that they can get from their about 50% level of funding. They're trying to raise $50,000 to the end. And then having those additional funds will allow them to travel to different film festivals across the country, enter the film, and get recognition. I also at that screening at the Art Museum of South Texas, we, the Art Center invited the station manager for KDT and then the radio side manager for KDT, Don and Myra. And they were there, and they have connected Matthew and Denise, our filmmakers, to Texas PBS in the hopes that the movie will will air and on the PBS stations across the state of Texas, which is sure to get a licensing deal soon after that. And that's the latest that I know.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Question?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good work.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick, Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 7.
I move to approve the Texas Maritime Museum report for the fourth quarter 2024.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We will just dive right into this. That screen is incredibly small, but I think you guys have printouts of it. Our first page here just shows our
Could you-
annual.
Could you give your name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm Ashley Papriza. I'm the CFO at the Maritime Museum.
Thank you.
Our annual gross attendance is what's represented here, including all events. So for the fourth quarter, we saw total attendance of 4,810. And that brought our annual attendance to 16,775. So we did see good numbers in this fourth quarter. You'll see the largest in October. That is due to our Harbor Haunts Halloween event. We always see a huge crowd come through that day. I believe it was just over 1,200 people that came through that day this year. So that's where a good portion of that in October came from. Then on to our visitors beyond 75 miles. For the fourth quarter, we had 1,618 registered visitors beyond 75 miles, which brought our annual total to 8,475, which is roughly half of our overall annual attendance came from 75 miles out. So we were pleased to see that number. With our comparison, it was a good year for us. You'll see in that overall annual chart there at the top, the only month that did not show an increase was April. We pretty much broke even in April compared to the previous year. We saw an overall change in attendance of 3,150, and in that fourth quarter is 1,641. So we are continuing to see steady growth, a lot more people coming through, which is always the goal. We do have this gross attendance comparison. You'll see, excluding 2020, we've continued to see growth consistently over the last several years and did show record numbers for 2024.
And that was about a 14% increase
Yeah.
from last year.
Yeah, we had a solid increase, so pleased to see that. Of our visitors for the fourth quarter, we have that breakdown for major metro areas in the state of Texas. This stays pretty consistent in my opinion. The largest numbers are coming from San Antonio and Houston for us. Those stay pretty solid in that range of about 10%. The local number shows 12%, and that other is 59%. That one's typically our largest. That is any other area outside of the major metro areas in the state of Texas and out-of-state visitors as well. So we see a good portion showing up there, especially in the fourth quarter when the winter Texans start coming through. That number goes up considerably. For hotel motel stays, you can see our total numbers for the months and the quarters there. Largest portion either said no or didn't answer. We don't require them to answer. But of those that did answer and say they stayed overnight, you'll see the largest numbers came from those that stated they stayed at least 3 nights or more. So longer term visitors that we're showing this quarter with a total of 2,523 for the quarter.
Just a breakdown of our expenditures. You'll see our curatorial and exhibits went up considerably in the fourth quarter. We have begun our revamp of our main gallery. So that's where a lot of that's coming from. And also prep work for our newest temporary exhibit that just opened January 16th. If you have not come to see it, I recommend it. It's a great exhibit. We're pleased to be able to host it during the next few months. So.
And it's in conjunction also with the Smithsonian.
It is, yes, it's ours. It's Gateways to Texas. It's all regarding the immigration ports here in the state of Texas. And on to social media. Those lines do not look exciting, but if you look at the numbers, we do continue to show an increase in followers on our social media. Saw about 9% increase for the quarter. Our impressions are down significantly. I'm sure you noticed that drop there. That is due to those posts we had that went viral in the third quarter. They had hundreds of thousands of impressions. We didn't have anything quite reach that level this quarter, so it shows a drop there. But if you look in the breakdown to the far right, we did see an increase in impressions on Instagram, even though Facebook dropped. We had quite a few more posts on our social media. That was due to our Maritime Ball that took place in December and all of the advertising and promotion that went into that regarding everything from the auction items and entertainment to ticket sales. So that's why you see such a large number of posts there for the quarter. And then just a glimpse at some of our top posts. You'll see those impressions are not quite as impressive as what you saw last quarter, but they still did pretty well, in my opinion. I saw the highest was 78,000 impressions. For our website, we saw, let's see, 7,853 visits for the quarter. That is down. I believe that's due to the fact that the third quarter was July, August, September. Got a lot of visitors coming into town for vacations during that time. We see a lot of website traffic. People are looking for things to do while they're here in town. So that did drop a bit for the fourth quarter. For our demographics for our website, of course, the majority of our traffic comes from the United States, with about 65% from Texas. So we do get a decent amount of traffic from out of state on our website. Then, of course, we always like to give you guys a glimpse of what's been happening at the museum for the quarter. So we had a busy October. Just a few photos there on the right from Harbor Haunts. It was the typical fun chaos that it always is. As I said, about 1,200 people came through for that. Then our Tiny Tots takes place during the fall and winter, and field trips. We had our November Family Craft Day and our Arbor Day event in November. December, our education director, Shelley, participated in Tropical Christmas. We also had a Christmas on the Beach light display for the first time, so that was fun. And then, of course, we had our Texas Maritime Ball, Treasures of the Sea, that took place at the Country Club. I apologize, I don't have exact numbers for that. It was locals for the majority, but we filled up the Country Club. It was a very successful event, a lot of fun. Thank you to those of you that came. We always appreciate your support. And that is all I have for you today.
And you're going to announce what's going on today? The lecture?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Our winter lecture series kicked off in January. It runs through March, and that takes place every Monday, January through March. Today is Susie Black. I believe she's speaking of the history of the museum, so it should be a good one. It starts at 12.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 8.
I move to approve the Rockport Cultural Arts District report for the fourth quarter, 2024.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning,
Jennifer
Jen.
Day, 902 East Cornwall, representing the Rockport Cultural Arts District. Okay, first slide. Since we've talked about cultural districts today, I do want to point out that we are a state designated cultural district by the Texas Commission on the Arts. So the resolution that you signed supports the cultural district as well as the qualified arts entities located within those boundaries. We are 44 blocks in the downtown area And our focus is the entire 44 blocks, not on one single entity. We do things that are district-wide. So when we were designated in 2016, there were 28 cultural districts in the state of Texas. Today, there are 54. So that can kind of give you an idea over the past 9 years how they've grown. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's me, right? Okay, we have our Railroad Museum. Continue to have a lot of people come through there in different events there, which I'll show you shortly. You may know that we've expanded, or we're working on a capital campaign to expand and purchase the property across the street from us, which currently is owned by Rockport Little Theater. The reason we are doing that is because that's where the rail and the tracks ran originally over 100 years ago. Into the Water, we've had featured on Channel 3. We've had Todd Hunter's office support us, as well as a lot of other entities. There's a painting Steve Russell did for us. Anyway, we are continuing to work down that path, and it'll be very exciting. There are 3 rail cars that are being donated to us from the Houston Railroad Museum. They're vintage, they're rare, and they're quite a sight to see, and will be as you go down Austin Street in the future. Some marketing information that we have. Currently, there is a book in process. The Railroad Comes to Rockport, that's being worked on by Kay Batson, Vicki Merchant, who have produced quite a few books. One of them is the Rockport Fulton Art Colony documentary, and we continue to do restoration inside the Railroad Museum. We'll just go through these. We were the place for the Grand Marshal for the Seafair parade, judging. I know, Judge, you were there as well. We have a lot of folks come through. This is a group from Corpus Christi Tours. We're on their tour package for Rockport. We have our passenger train. It's a lot of fun. We had Mary Campmas. This was over 100 people coming through. We were the kickoff spot for folks to come through for a week-long package where they could go to all these different destinations. It's a lot of fun, a lot of folks. We had Ken Stavanaugh, who is quite the authority on railroad history, come in and give some information, share some information, as well as his book signing. And of course, we were part of Arbor Day with Turf Over Turf's tree planting there at the Railroad Museum property. Again, we'll just kind of go through these. We do manage the district merchant meetings at least once a quarter, sometimes more so in the busier months. This is a great communication tool that we're all on the same page. A lot of good information to share between merchants and nonprofits in the area. We also do the Angel Tree, which benefits the foster kids for Aransas County. This is our 4th year that we have done that. Second Saturdays in the district, again, we have an overarching view of the 44 blocks. So there's a lot of different entities that we promote. We provide live music and artists, as well as do a lot of promotion. The passenger train draws a lot of kids, parents. Halloween in the district, again, this is overarching. This is merchant shops. It included Texas Maritime. It included Rockport Little Theater. It included the events that were going on in the district. We did signage. So this was a lot of fun. Christmas in the district, same thing. That was noticeably the biggest Christmas in the district ever. We had more people come through the museum as well as ride the passenger train than we've ever had before this Christmas in the district on December 14th, I believe it was. Yeah. Okay, the Art Colony documentary. We did with our board member Carla Tank. She's quite the producer, very talented lady who has put together the Rockport Fulton Art Colony documentary. I believe, Commissioner Russo, you've seen that. It's pretty fantastic. It debuted. We wanted for it to debut here locally. We entered it into 12 film festivals, and we've just heard from one of those. It will also play at the Texas Austin Film Festival on March the 8th. It's been selected for that, and we're waiting to hear on the other 11. So it will show around Texas, and we're very proud to show our wonderful area and the history of the art colony. Okay, Smithsonian. How exciting was that, guys?
It's exciting.
So that was a lot of fun. Opening this past Saturday. Some PR, we'll just roll through this. As a part of that, Smithsonian, there are a lot of residuals. One of them is through the Office of the Governor, the Texas Archive of the Moving Image, where people can come in on February 1st is our date here in Rockport and bring their home videos for free digitizing. The requirement is they leave a copy of that with them, but they get free digitizing. And they also have put together a historical clip from those who have already done this process of Rockport's history, a lot of little short clips, which will really be cool.
And
That'll
it's a
show,
Saturday, right?
that is a Saturday that will show at Rockport Little Theater.
Well, how many will they do?
There's no limit on it, which is really cool, right? You got your old movies and you want to preserve them. You do have to allow them to take them with them, but you get them back with a digitized copy. Okay, Museum on Main Street opened. It was fantastic. We had a fantastic celebration. Todd Hunter, Michael Cloud's office, Aransas County was very well represented. Thank you so much for being there and supporting this. And I have to say, Judge, we pulled a rabbit out of our hat.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So I hope everyone in the room, as obviously it continues, will put signs out on 35. We'll continue to market this. It's 6 weeks. We're open daily with the intent of driving traffic. We don't want anyone to be disappointed coming to the door and it's locked, so we are open every day. Quite a challenge in the volunteer area, but we're getting through it.
So where will it go after, what are the cities it will go through?
It started in San Augustine, went to Clifton, went to Brenham. We just received it from Brenham last week. And it will go to Buffalo Gap from here, and it will go to San Elizario, and then it will end in Bandera. So you'll notice all these cities are cities under 15,000. That's a requirement. So this whole Museum on Main Street Crossroads exhibit is about rural America and the changes in rural America over the past 100 years and the perseverance and ingenuity of the population that has been left behind to make sure they have infrastructure, medical, they have the things that they need as a mass of people have moved from a rural environment into an urban environment.
So will any of the exhibit change as it moves around, or will
No.
be just like that?
The national exhibit will stay the national exhibit. It will not change from the 6 panels that you saw. I will say one of the panels, panel 6, and all of them have some interactive feature to them, but panel 6 has postcards on it for people to fill out information. If you could change this town, what would you do? If you were mayor, what would you do? Those cards we will collect and we will look at that information. That's feedback, obviously from locals, but also from others that come in. That's really good third-party insight information to know how we're being perceived by outside or even locals. So that's really good. It's going to be interesting to look at those at the end of the exhibit. I'm going to scroll through this. We have programs every weekend, either at the Aransas County Community Center or at, or remote locations. The History Center is a partner, the Fulton Mansion. In the cultural districts, there's a self-guided walking tour. If you've seen yellow footprints in downtown, that is your walking tour, and you can access that online. It is a very thought-provoking walking tour. It's 0.8 miles, and you can access that information as you walk along. The Railroad Museum is a part of this, and also Second Saturdays, we're featuring those. And again, that's the Farmers Market, Makers Market, Art Walk, live musician, train rides. Texas Maritime is also a big partner in this. The State of Texas Maritime Museum, Fulton Schoolhouse Museum. There are free history bus tours every Saturday during this 6-week exhibit, with the exception of last Saturday. And this is funded by Gulf Coast Growth Ventures, which is fantastic. That's a Exxon-based venture. And those are free. This entire exhibit is free. And then we'll also have free train rides. Okay, we're also working, continuing to work on Main Street Visitor Center and Art Display area. This is the bathrooms that came into town this past quarter. They're very nice. Obviously, 2 pieces that are put together. We're working with the city on that. And one of the things I'd say here is the $37,800. That is money that came from the State Cultural District grant. It's very important to understand that if it enhances that 44 blocks, it qualifies for a cultural arts grant, and it has an art element to it. It supports the arts. So in the past 5 years, we have received over $300,000 in cultural grants. I'm not sure y'all are aware of that, but over 200,000 of that has gone to support the art festival the past 5 years. That's $40,000 average a year that came from cultural grants. We also have supported these bathrooms downtown, working with the city. We can certainly work with Aransas County as well. Cultural grants are available once a year. And so that might be something for us to have a continued conversation about.
Absolutely.
We've also done that with the Railroad Museum, is use cultural grant funding for that. The other thing I'd point out here is most people think of a cultural arts district as simply being for the arts. Heritage preservation is a huge goal of cultural districts. So I'll point that out as well. So one of the other residuals, and there's many, many residuals from the Smithsonian exhibit that is very important. Number one, it's an extreme honor to be chosen as one of 7 cities out of the entire state of Texas to host this national exhibit. As a residual, you also have the Texas Historical Commission, which this exhibit flows through, provide zip code data. So I included this in my quarterly report last quarter. I will continue to include it even after the exhibit's gone. We will be able to keep this data, and we don't pay for it, which is fantastic. It comes from the state, but they geofenced the cultural arts district boundaries, those 44 blocks. And this is the data that that we have available to us. So you can see 62% of the visitors to the cultural districts came from the state of Texas. And then you can see San Antonio is the biggest for this quarter. Biggest city visitors came from there. Austin, Houston, New Braunfels. It breaks it down even to the lower, smaller cities, as well as the metropolitan areas. Again, San Antonio was the biggest one. I use the 3-day trip information as far as the data that I provided here. So 9,921 days. Those are the actual nights of hotel rooms, which aligns with what I've heard here from the Center for the Arts as well. And then you can see the daily trends. This even has a economic element to it. It tracks a major credit card and the spend on a major credit card, which is very interesting. I haven't delved into that quite deeply to explain it because I'm not 100% myself. But I have shared this information with Craig Griffith and Jatine Bodka, and they have looked at it, and we're going to sit down and really kind of dive through it. So I want to make sure that there's some agreement with the data that we're getting here and some validity. I certainly think it's valid, but I want to make sure that any input they have is considered. Okay, so 9,921 is the quarterly estimated hotel rooms sold. We have reached over 7,000 followers recently on our Facebook page. We continue to grow, continue to be just very creative and think outside the box. Here's our financials. And here's our board of directors. Thank you very much. Do we have questions? Okay, thank you.
Jennifer, just real quickly, and thank you so much
Sure.
for the work that you've done
Sure.
on all of this. But that last part, you said that this data is acquired through credit card transactions and that it's provided by the state, that you're not paying a fee to get this
We are
information?
not, we are not. It's a residual for winning the Smithsonian. We will
Oh,
be
okay.
able to keep this and credit card spend information is just a subset. It's another benefit
Right.
to the geofencing of the zip codes that come.
Oh,
into the
that's
district.
terrific.
Okay.
Yes,
So
thank
we'll
you.
dive into that and we'll figure out what people are spending. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Hi, passes 5-0. At this time, we'll take a 10-minute break. 10:17, we're back in open session. Item number 9.
I move to approve accepting and awarding insecticide slash mosquito control chemical bids for year 2025.
Got a motion, a second. Mr. Van Meter.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Morning.
Morning. You have any questions for me concerning
How-
this?
How did the overall cost, come in based on our budget?
What was that, sir?
Were we under budget or over budget on any of, not, let me rephrase that. Are we over or under expectations on the cost of any of these, or did they go pretty well like you suspected?
No. We, I think we came right at the level. I mean, when
Okay,
you-
so there's not any like great amount
no,
that we're
no,
over,
sir.
a whole bunch we're gonna save.
No.
Any other questions?
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 10, thank you.
Move to approve request to solicit request for proposal for grant writing and administrative services for future capital. Well, it was a minute ago. Okay. Capital projects funded by grants.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, a second.
What we're bringing here today, commissioners, is a request to go out and solicit grant writing and administrative services for future capital projects paid by grants. Similar to what we did in 2018 when we had all of the different projects for Harvey and we had a grant writer. This would be a grant writer that is procured correctly for all the funding sources. It would eliminate about 60 days of the process. It would help us meet some deadlines for grant projects, because that's usually what our problem is a deadline comes in real quick and we have this process where we have to go out and solicit for an RFP for these grant writers and grant administration. And it really stops us from being able to do some of the grants. What we would anticipate is it being like a 5-year contract, but bring it back annually to the commissioners to renew the contract. And then we would have to go out for RFPs again in 5 years. But we're asking to do this, and we've anticipated, as you can see in the request for proposals, tried to anticipate every funding source that there is so that we could cover it. If we do find something that's not here, then we would still have to go and resolicit.
Thank you. Any
What's
questions?
the lady that came last year or year before last that,
Lone
she still-
Star,
is she still doing grants for us?
I have no
No.
idea.
No.
She's not doing it for us, no.
We canceled that, I think,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
year or more ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 11.
I move to approve the request to solicit request for qualifications for an engineering firm for future capital projects.
Second.
This is similar to what we've just requested for the grant writer. What we would do is basically hire a pool or contract with a pool of engineers that we could pull from. I know Daryl and Eric are here if y'all have any questions on it. What we would like to do is have, instead of where we went with in 2018 with one engineering company that had to send everything out all over the
Oh,
US.
yeah.
We would like to have multiple, like a pool of engineers. We have some that specialize in civil, some that specialize in MEP, some that maybe specialize in coastal. So we all have a pool of engineers that we can pull from with the specialties that we need. Would also eliminate the 60-day RFQ procedures and maybe help us be able to meet some of the grant deadlines also. And this would be for local work too. If we've got a project that comes up that needs to be done or needs to be engineered, we could have, we would still be able to use that pool.
Because we don't really eliminate it. It's just we've already met it with this action. And so then they're just available on an as-needed
Yes,
basis.
and there, I mean, there's no fees or anything that we would not, there would be no billable hours unless they were given a task or they were given a contract for a specific project. But this would, help streamline the process.
So instead of having an engineer, we'd have a pool of engineers.
Yes, sir. And
Makes a lot of
again, it
sense.
would be, I think they're proposing a 2-year contract with, 3 1-year renewals on it also.
Okay. Because we're seeing the fallout from having the one major engineer.
Right.
Well, it's not only that, we've also run into several times that we've got a grant and it's a real short
Time crunch.
deadline, similar to what you're fixing to do with this DRRP. And it takes up 60 days of the process that, so that's what we're looking at, is trying to streamline it to be more proactive.
Right,
Good
absolutely.
idea.
And I think the Stormwater Committee has talked about this too. Has,
We also, Pathways has been looking at wanting to do some projects.
Right.
And I've suggested that they wait until we get this through, because if they started it, it would take just as long as this, and we would have, we would have the engineers available for it.
it's a great idea. Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 12.
I move to approve awarding grant management services to include grant application specialist and environmental review reporting for the General Land Office disaster recovery and relocation program to Grant Works.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second.
Yes, we did request proposals for grant administration. We had 3, no, did we get 2 or 3? I'm
Two.
trying to remember. 2. We had 2 RFPs that were received. GrantWorks was the one that was awarded the highest score with a 291. This is another example of why we wanted to try to do this in advance, because our deadline for we're going to know on the 3rd of February if we are invited, and April is the deadline for the applications to be due, like April 3rd, April 6th, something like that. And it really puts us at a disadvantage because we're just getting the process of getting the grant writer on board. So we are requesting that GrantWorks be awarded the contract for this.
And again, there would be no fees if we're not.
There's no fees if
receiving
we're
any.
not,
Okay.
we do not receive anything, no. If we're not invited to apply, there won't be any fees.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 13.
I move to approve awarding civil engineering services for the General Land Office Disaster Recovery and Reallocation Program to Hanson Engineering.
Second.
Motion second.
This is the same as for the DRRP program. It would be the engineering portion of it. This would be for drainage, street and drainage project out at Holiday Beach. We had 3 engineers that applied for this or sent in scores. Hanson received a high score of 2.5, and staff recommends awarding the contract to them. I keep thinking that Daryl might have something extra.
Yes, this is,
Morning.
the 2 projects that were chosen here dovetail with our current projects that we have either just completed or in the process of completing in Southwest Ramsey County, as well as the Holiday Beach. And, that was part of this DRRP project, those were highly recommended types of projects because they must be completed within 2 years.
Yes.
2 years. So the engineering and contracting and so forth, construction. So we chose those locations.
Cool, thank you. You'll be there.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 14.
I move to approve awarding mechanical, electrical, plumbing, engineering services for the General Land Office Disaster Recovery and Relocation Program to Windforce Engineering.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second.
This project is part of the DRRP. It is the emergency water tank at the detention center. So we actually went out for a MEP, which is the mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineer. We received 2 bids, and Windforce Engineering received the highest score of 284. And we do recommend awarding the contract to them. Again, if we're not successful in February of being invited to apply, then we will have no fees.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castelline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes. Item number 15.
I move to approve the change order number 3 for the construction contract for Southwest Aransas County drainage improvements in the county's General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Relief Contract Number 20-065-098-C270 LCR Total Transport LLC requests an increase of $10,795.81 to the total contract amount and an increase in the contract time by an additional 21 days.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Warren.
This change order increase is mainly due to additional culvert pipe that we want to install out there on the job site, as well as some additional guardrail that was required by TxDOT. And the 21 days will bring, additional 21 days will bring the contract end date to February 28th of 25.
Do you think that's a pretty realistic date?
Well, more than likely, it's going to extend past that because of the additional road work that we'd like to take full advantage of the funds available in this grant. And we plan on doing some more work out there. And we're waiting, in March, we should have some better weather, more applicable
yeah.
for that type of work. We've already spoken with the Grant Works and the engineer, and everyone is on board with that. It should not be an issue, but we'll have to bring that to you later.
Thank you, dear.
I just wanted to say the February 28th date is the end of our contract. We can't do any more construction. We do have an extension in with GLO to try to extend this past August or to August. So once that gets approved, if it gets approved, then we would be able to extend it past the
Okay.
28th.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castelline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes 5-0. Item number 16.
I move to approve budget line item.
Second.
We have none at this time, but I will be bringing them probably the next meeting.
And when you bring them, will we receive them ahead of time, like the accounts payable list?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It
good.
would just be my other form that I give you where if I'm doing any line item transfers. It looks a little bit different, but yes.
But I
we
mean,
will have
we'll
in-
get
in
it
advance, yes.
with the packet.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castelline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, passes. Item number 17. Move to approve accounts payable and payroll.
Second.
What you have is regular payroll liabilities, and as well as the regular accounts payable. One of the things that we have to do at year end is hold our books open and you're not going to necessarily see it in this document, but we have to keep, so anything that was purchased, ordered, dated in 2024, we have to put it back to 2024. It's one reason you haven't seen a monthly report yet, because we're still paying those. We had to pay them through this accounts payable. But also wanted to let you know about Fund 430, which is our grant funds. We have G&W that we paid invoices on for. These are for the generators for airport lighting, road and bridge, and transfer station of $4,373.04. We had Grant Works billing, all the GLO grants. They had not billed us in over a year.
Oh, my
They met
gosh.
milestones and stuff, so we have several invoices and they total $379,243.27. And remind you, these are all paid at 100%. We are reimbursed at 100%.
And did you say they had not billed us because certain milestones hadn't been?
There,
hit?
no, I think they had to meet some milestones and this is where, and part of it is like certifying payroll. Some of it is some of the paperwork that they're waiting on, different things. And so once those were met, then they were able to bill us. We have Gerke Excavation who did the Linden Road. This is their last final invoice as well as their retainage of $221,619.77. We have all plans, the as-built and everything for that, so we were able to close that one out.
Did you say 221,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
And 430, which are the ARPA funds, as well as the LATCF funds that we received a couple of years ago. We have the Vermac trailers that the commissioners agreed to purchase 2 more trailers, $37,250. And then we had with our LATCF funds, we have some fiber optic and some data work that needed to be done at the community building that was not part of the grant. And we used those funds for that, and it was $16,256.36. And that's all I have.
And no invoices from TL or
No, ma'am.
PGAL. Okay, that's good.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Passes. 5-0. At this time, we'll hear reports from commissioners, elected officials, and department heads. No action will be taken. Commissioners?
Well, I just want to address about the appointment of someone to the appraisal district, because I know I've been contacted by several folks in the community. And since it wasn't on our agenda, I just wanted to ask if we could have an update on that, please.
I've selected 3 members, Commissioner Casterline, Commissioner Dupnick, and County Clerk to have a selection committee. There's three possible candidates. And so they're gonna get together, organize it, and bring the court a selection.
Recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have we solicited in the paper and everything to get
Yeah.
candidates?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
has there been a deadline passed already?
Yes, sir. Yep. It was solicited back in December.
So that hopefully it'll be on the agenda for the next court meeting. All right, thank you.
Okay. Besides, Saturday, and we heard it earlier, the Smithsonian exhibit opened. It's gonna be there for 6 weeks, so, try to make time and go check it out. It's pretty neat. Check
And they're
out the
gonna
new
have the
building
bus
too.
tours too.
Bus tours, a walking tour. I mean, it's yeah. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. And anything else, Mike? You got anything? All right. Now we'll move on to reports about items of community interest.
I have asked the principal of Fulton Elementary or Fulton Learning Center if they have a little choir or a little band choir thing that they've got, they'll come and do the national anthem for us someday in February, either this coming meeting or the next one. I have to get with them, but if courts, if nobody has any objection, I'd like to follow through with that. It'd take a little bit longer, but it may be presentation of the flags, and we need to do something like that every quarter or so to show how important the community is to us.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Now, entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Move we adjourn or we convene into closed session to consult with counsel and receive legal advice about pending or contemplated litigation or other attorney-client privilege matters, including insurance matters related to Aransas County's projects and insurance claims from Hurricane Harvey, various contract disputes, and the Went Services and Public Information Act request. Number 1, Aransas County, Texas versus Endurance American Specialty Insurance Company et al. Aransas County District Court cause number 23-0021. Number 2, North Star Recovery Service, Inc. versus Aransas County Independent School District and Aransas County. Aransas County District Court cause number 23-0066, consolidated with North Star Recovery Services, Inc. versus HR&R LLC et al. Aransas County District Court cause number 20-0159. Number 3, Western Steel Company versus T2J Partners LLC, DIE/A FPS Recovery LLC, and Aransas County, Texas. Cause number 24-0072 in the 36th District Court of Aransas County. Number 4, Old Castle Building Envelope, Inc. does business as Graham Architectural Products versus Sharp Glass LLC et al. Aransas County District Court cause number 24-0099. Number 5, iWorkQ Systems, Inc., Utah Corporation versus Aransas County, Texas case number 240100226 in the District Court of the First Judicial District County of Cache, Utah. And number 6, Went Services, Inc., Public Information Act request pursuant to section 551-.071 of the Texas Open Meetings Act, which authorizes closed sessions for a governmental body to consult with its attorney regarding advice on legal matters pertaining to pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer, or on a matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline, Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
All right. All right, we'll take 8-minute break.
Okay.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castleline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. And now motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castleline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. Thank you all so much.
Yay.